water at your kitchen sink. Hurry before they're gone.
Call 656-PURE, Kinetico.
NCE General Contractors, based in San Antonio, is one of the fastest growing nationwide general contractors with a focus on commercial new construction, design build projects, building renovations, tenant finish outs, site upgrades, and building maintenance. NCE President Brian Ehrlich's a former Madison quarterback and proud to support high school football in San Antonio, building relationships first, then buildings that last. Learn more about NCE General Contractors online at ncegc.co. That's ncegc.co.
San Antonio's Sports Star. San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, we got two Monday night games for you tonight. The first one up over on ESPN AM 1250 and 103.3 FM. 5-1 Tampa takes on 4-2 Detroit. It started at 5 with the pregame kickoff is about to be underway. And then right here on San Antonio Sports Star tonight at 8:45 with the pregame, we'll have the Texans coming off their bye to take on Seattle. No Christian Kirk for Houston.
This is Extra Innings with Pleasure.
Truth is, I am Iron Man.
Rock and roll! The Texans win it!
You've been called the Da Vinci of our time. What do you say to that?
Absolutely ridiculous. I don't paint.
That ball is history. A walk-off home run.
And it's going to be legendary.
James Pledger wraps your day with insight, opinion, plenty of sarcasm, and of course, your calls. He'll even pour a beer out the door for his favorite story of the day. This is Extra Innings with Pledger. Now, here's Pledge. What's up,
Welcome into Extra Innings with Pleasure right here on San Antonio Sports Star, 94.1 FM, sasportstar.com. I appreciate everyone joining me tonight, no matter how you may be joining, whether that's on 94.1 on your FM dial. If you happen to be locked in listening at sasportstar.com via our AA Best Bail Bonds audio player, or if you were watching the show live on YouTube, we're streaming all our shows live on YouTube, no matter how you're watching them. Just go there at SA Sports Star. You can go ahead and like, subscribe, comment along like so many in the comments section already are. Ms. Becky, Hugo, Jacob Eric, who reminds everybody, got to vote, and he is right about that. Early voting for Propositions A and B as it pertains to downtown project and the new Spurs Arena, and keeping the Frost Bank Center up so that the rodeo can have more things out that way. Go out, vote, make your voices heard, no matter which way you're going. I don't care. But you can't complain after the fact if you had no input in the fact. That is my line of thinking. Now, as for the Cowboys, they had an impressive win. Coming up, getting back to 500, 3-3-1. They crushed the Commanders 44-22. And by the end of it, once Mariota came into the game, it really didn't even feel like that it was that close. Dak's just firing on all cylinders this year. 264, 3 touchdowns. Javonte Williams, 116 yards and another score. And I saw an interesting stat when talking about the kind of season that Dak Prescott is having, because it truly is incredible how well Dak Prescott is actually playing this year. Adam Schefter tweeted out, Dak Prescott has now thrown at least 3 touchdowns without an interception in 4 consecutive games. Other quarterbacks to do that, Russell Wilson in 2015, Drew Brees in 2019, Aaron Rodgers in 2014, and Peyton Manning in 2013 and 14, and Tom Brady in 2007. It's pretty good company on that list. And if I'm not mistaken, that's back when Russ was, cooking and good at football. Oh, man. Dak is just playing an otherworldly level, but it was good to see the defense take a step. And I understand no Debo, no Scary Terry. You still have Bill Krosky-Merritt. you still have Jaden Daniels. Luke McCaffrey has been an integral part of that offense. I thought he was going to have just an increased role, kind of like what in San Francisco they did after a couple of, I thought Ricky Pearsall would take over, and he did. And that's kind of what I was thinking was going to, it didn't happen. They played more man. There was a difference in the defense. They got pressure. It was impressive. And earlier this morning on the Morning Huddle, they were talking about that Cowboys win.
All right. The Dallas Cowboys, Vaquero de Dallas. What a win yesterday for the boys.
Best offense in football?
It's hard to argue. I mean, the Rams, I guess, would be in the conversation.
I think there's several that could.
The Rams, without their best player yesterday, put up 35.
Best offense on North American soil.
It had to be. It had to be. Very impressive performance by the Cowboys. Complete performance. Ran the ball well, threw the ball well. CeeDee Lamb clearly healthy.
Couple of 3 sacks.
Yeah, and you know what? Yeah, I was going to say the defense better than they've been.
Still giving up chunks.
Yeah, but
at least they got to the quarter. They did what we said they need to be. Just good enough, man.
Yep. And the other thing I know everybody's been saying, oh, they got to play more man. They got to play more man. Well, I don't want them to play man if they're going to get roasted.
Yeah.
But when a team is without their top 3 wide receivers, sure is a lot easier to play man.
Hold them to 28. That's all we ask. And it 22.
It gave them some options. So, credit where it's due. Cowboys came through in probably their most dominant,
by far,
performance of the season.
Easily.
I know that Jets game was nice, but that was the Jets.
Yeah, that.
This
one was against a team that Dak has never lost to when he played.
Yep.
And has consistently been successful regardless of coach. And the offense rolled out and he acted like, I own you. And from the get-go, this offense clicked. It looked good from the very beginning. The offensive line, good holes. It helps that Javonte might be one of the more violent runners in the NFL right now. So I wonder what his pro football grade is, or at least the numbers are yards after contact.
Yeah.
Because he's
a bull, man.
Yeah, he gets contacted more than a lot of backs, but he breaks that first one. Just a ridiculously fun football game. Just one of those games that Cowboy fan, I think, needed.
And the question now becomes, can they keep it up? Can they put together back-to-back good performances?
Some of the, I watched a lot of the stuff going into it from all the Cowboy, blogosphere and all that. And there was a lot of concern about Eberflus's deep backside coverage, that he was putting his safeties in really difficult situations. Like, Donovan Wilson is a hard-hitting run support safety that's been put in a lot of deep cover issues and getting beat deep. And were they going to be able to cover for that? And they did okay, but more importantly, they got to the quarterback, and Clowney got a sack. And I wonder what kind of difference he's going to make, because obviously in his first game of full activity, he made a difference. Now, at least the defense looked like somebody made a difference, and he got a sack in there. So that might be the just enough part of the just enough formula to kind of hold on for a minute. But on the other side, AJ, we got to be real here about Jaden Daniels. He isn't very good. He doesn't have I will give him the electricity part of being a quarterback, because we saw the difference between him and Mariota. But I will say this. It's not so much about decision-making. He's not very accurate. I mean, he dirted balls. He overthrew balls. He led guys too far. It wasn't decision-making. He found the receivers. He found a lot of receivers that were open, but he didn't deliver. He's fun to watch, and he can get around a corner, and you have to take it. He was effective moving the ball, but it wasn't because of his arm.
He looks like a second-year quarterback.
But the thing that worries me, AJ, it's not the decision-making. He saw the receivers. Yeah. He saw the guys open. He couldn't get them the ball.
Well, before we start throwing dirt on the guy, this was exactly.
Well, he had no. I know he didn't have a lot, but the thing is, his receivers were open. They were breaking, I assume, correctly. Now, we do have some guys that might not have been in the right spot, and maybe we'll give 2 or 3 of those to that. The receivers didn't know what they were doing. But there were other occasions where he saw a receiver, threw to receiver, and the ball was a yard in the dirt, or the ball was behind him and high. I mean, it was that kind of delivery thing that you go, well, that's not quickly fixable. This isn't about decision making. This isn't about holding the ball too long. This isn't about not checking to your third. No, you did all that right. You just weren't professional enough to deliver the ball in the window that was required.
So two things. One, Lamar Jackson was in the same boat early in his career. So times changed.
But the thing is, Lamar didn't do it his rookie year. And
Right.
Jaden did. Jaden did deliver the ball last year. He was accurate out of the pocket and did all those things. Last night, that was not him.
Well, remember, new coaching staff, like those things make a difference.
That's
but
scary.
Also, Jaden is a guy who is going to thrive in a neutral or positive game script.
Right now, he has to.
When it's like, hey, you've got to throw, he's not going to be very good.
No, it was not effective. He's
not going to be a come from behind guy.
Down in my card. I was surprised. I'm willing to give the second year slump benefit. I know there's film on you now. I know that you need to improve at a rate
the league
faster
adjusts
than the film tells you. You have to be faster than the film as far as your improvement. And not a lot of guys can do that. So I'm willing to give you the sophomore slump knowing that you're improving, even though your team might not be. He doesn't look as good. I mean, just watching him play, he's not as good. The delivery's not there. And again, I will give him every bit of credit and certainly withhold complete judgment, knowing full well his top two receivers weren't on the field.
Top three.
Top three. So I'll give him all that. But when he did have guys open, when he could have made a play, he didn't.
Yeah. Dak Prescott went from 45-1 to be the MVP to 30-1.
Let me tell you, what gets me is we all saw it as Cowboy fan how dialed in he is. But now when you turn on the Nationals, when you turn on ESPN, you turn on Fox, and you turn on the fantasy shows, now they're talking about it. And when Brady could not have been more complimentary to Dak Prescott yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, from beginning to end, he praised him in ways that Dak is rarely praised as. He called him, what did he call him? The prototypical quarterback just performing surgery on the D. That's Dak Prescott? I mean, that's really, and that was from Brady. So he's winning over the pundits. It's going to, if the offense continues to show, now winning is going to play a role in this. You can't be an MVP on a bad team, but if the offense continues to do this, the odds are going to get better. I'd put it in now. I mean, at 30-1, there's some good money there.
Look, Jaden Daniels, is he by far having a down year compared to his rookie year? Absolutely. Is it all on him? A lot like CJ Stroud last year? No. You can talk about the offensive line. You can talk about the defense not being nearly as good. You can talk about the receivers being hurt. There are a lot of issues. You can talk about Jaden Daniels himself being hurt. Dealing with that knee injury early. I don't think he's at 100%. How has that affected his mobility? How has that affected how he plays? But the Cowboys do have to capitalize on these issues while they've reared their head and hopefully get that defense back on track. Is it back on track? Well, the Blitz was talking about it a little bit earlier today. We'll bring you some of that when we come back here on Extra Innings with Pleasure on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Plus, we will get you ready for our Monday night doubleheader. We'll keep you up to date what's going on. Amon-Ra St. Brown from 27 yards out gets the first score of the game as Detroit goes up 7-0 on Tampa Bay early. We'll keep you updated with what's going on with that. Get you ready for Texans and Seahawks coming up. That's all coming up here on Extra Innings with Pleasure on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and AARP Texas are sending Cowboy fans to Jerry World to see America's team play all season long. How do you get in on the action? Head to sasportstar.com now and register to win. sasportstar.com. Live it up with the boys in the Big D from AARP Texas and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Smoky Mo's Texas Barbecue is the best neighborhood barbecue in San Antonio, with smoked in-house meats, home-style sides, and specials like pork belly burnt ends, and our famous fully loaded chopped baker. The Texas barbecue you love is at Smoky Mo's. Order a Smoky Mo's tailgate pack or create your own. Choose your meats like brisket, turkey, or sausage, and sides kicked up a notch like roasted green corn and bacon cheddar potatoes. Smoky Mo's, with 8 convenient locations, orders for pickup or delivery at SmokyMo'sBarbecue.com.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at TSAOG.com. Pork rinds are the crunch time hero of the snack aisle. Low carb, collagen packed, and high in protein, so you can keep the energy high without the guilt. The porkrinds.com Instagram will make a crunch time donation with each share of the crunch time college football post, with each share equaling a $1 donation to the Archer Foundation, a nonprofit dedicated to helping families dealing with DIPG, DMG, pediatric brain cancer. Share on Instagram today and grab yourself a bag of Southern Recipe pork rinds at HEB.
If you're driving a car or truck with an expired warranty and suddenly lost your transmission or needed a full engine repair, would a $4,000 repair bill leave you stranded? I'm Danica Patrick. Don't get caught off guard with a vehicle breakdown. Choose the company I trust, Endurance. No matter the mileage, if your vehicle is less than 20 years old, Endurance offers auto protection plans for any budget. Protection on the drivetrain, electrical, transmission, AC, and more. Plus 24/7 roadside assistance and rental car reimbursement on any plan. Endurance handles everything from making the claim to paying the certified mechanic of your choice. Act now and get 1 full year of elite benefits, a $2,000 value, free.
Endurance has paid hundreds of millions in claims. Call for your fast free quote today. Call 800-690-8974. That's 800-690-8974. 800-690-8974.
Attention retirement savers. A top U.S. bank predicts a 2025 recession as tariffs rattle markets. According to reports, 2025 recession risk just increased significantly. That's why thousands of hardworking Americans are turning to award-winning precious metals company, Goldco. Goldco is offering you a free 2025 gold and silver kit. Plus, you can get an unlimited instant match and bonus silver for qualified accounts. Call 855-969-GOLD. Find out how you can help diversify your savings. Tax and penalty free today. That's 855-969-GOLD. Performance may vary. You should always consult your financial and tax professional.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest. The last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Turn things all the way up and find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy.
Davis Law Firm secures important verdicts and settlements for Texans hurt in a car, truck, or 18-wheeler wreck. Many in the millions of dollars. No case is too big or too small. And remember, there's no fee unless we win. So if you want more, call the Fours. Davis Law Firm, San Antonio, 444-4444.
Hi there, I'm John O'Hurley. You know, our pets are beloved family members. But sadly, though, there are so many dogs that get euthanized every day due to the lack of funding. To give them a chance at adoption, I invite you to support Puppy Food Bank. Thanks to generous donors like you, all of the food sent to pet shelters from Puppy Food Bank never comes with a bill. So please go to puppyfoodbank.org and make a generous, caring $15 donation every month. Your donation will absolutely save pet lives.
Paid for by Term Provider. Premiums will vary. Plans depend on age, location, and other factors. Visit bigloot.com.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-555-1509. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-555-1509. That's 800-555-1509 for $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-555-1509. 800-555-1509.
It's Extra Innings with Pledger on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Welcome back into Extra Innings with Pledger here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I am James Pledger. I appreciate y'all riding along with me this evening as we take you up till 7 o'clock. And I keep seeing, Jaden Daniels heading down the same thing that RG3 is. It's not the same. Look, RG3 had a career-altering injury on his knee. That could happen to any player. I'm not saying Jaden Daniels is immune to that. But at the same time, look, what happened to Alex Smith can happen to any player in the league. But you don't expect that. He doesn't play like that is going to be. If that's the case, then why wouldn't you say the same thing about a Lamar Jackson? Jaden Daniels is careful when he runs. He manages to avoid big hits, gets out of bounds. Eagle fan 31 Eagle fan says the sophomore slump is real. Teams get film on you. Yeah. I mean, it's brutal. And we're seeing it through a lot of people. Hell, Bo Nix doesn't look quite as good this year as he did last year. They're still finding ways to win, and through horrible defensive coordinators managing to, come back and score 33 points in a quarter on teams that are only rushing 2. But the sophomore slump, the film, like all of these aspects are real things. Teams adjust. They will always adjust. Can the player adjust to the adjustment? That's what it always comes down to. And right now, Jaden Daniels, whether it is film, injury, lack of weaponry due to injuries surrounding him, catching up on the offensive scheme of Kingsbury, or all of the above, they're all issues that have to be addressed. And it's going to be hard to address them because the injuries are a tough thing to overcome when you're talking about being down your top 3 wide receivers. That's just something that it's going to be hard for most quarterbacks to overcome. And we'll see. Can he overcome this moving forward? As they start to get healthy, as Scary Terry comes back, as Debo gets healthier and comes back. That's going to be the real question. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776 if you actually want to be a part of the conversation. Earlier today, the Blitz was talking about the Cowboys win and whether this defensive performance we saw from them is sustainable or not.
Dallas Cowboys, to me, played their best game overall of the entire season yesterday. The offense, spectacular. The defense made some stops, got some turnovers, and special teams is fantastic. That Aubrey fella, he's going to be okay, I think.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. When you look at and you think about what you saw yesterday and the difference in the defense,
And Tom Brady kept pointing it out during the broadcast. The man coverage, the pressure that they were able to get. Now, Washington was going with practice squad receivers.
They were, yes.
But Washington's offensive line healthy, running game healthy, quarterback was healthy until he got hurt in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So even with that, what you saw from the defense might have been the most impressive part of the game, because Shoddy said all week they were going to do some changes. Eberflus said some of them might be subtle. I don't know how subtle it was, but it might have been Jerry. Ultimately, what's the word I'm looking for? Telling on his coaching staff.
Exactly.
Because he even said he was surprised with what he saw defensively.
I feel as good about that offense as I have in a long time around here, and I say that to all our fans. What I am excited about is that we did make and have made adjustments. We'll continue to make adjustments. We do have personnel coming that will be coming, and being a part of that defensive personnel, we got a chance to evolve into the kind of team that our fans deserve.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, the defense played well, and regardless of who's out there on the field, it doesn't matter. The defense needed a game like that, and that was and they got it. They really did, and so it was fun to watch. And really, I'm watching that game yesterday, and even from the get-go, even though Washington gets the safety, and it just didn't feel like Washington ever had a chance to win that football game.
I don't know, man. I mean,
yeah,
whatever battered Aggie syndrome is, give it to the Cowboys. I mean, Dallas goes down, let's take the kick and go score, play with the lead. And then they get the safety, and you're like, crap, right? Because it's Dallas. And my respect for Jaden Daniels, Cliff Kingsbury in that offense. I was surprised that the defense contained things, especially when they gave up that one touchdown, kind of late, and you're like, all right, man, that's not, but the way the Cowboys have been playing, when it was 8-7, then 10-8, then 17-8, and you're like, all right, then Aubrey from 61. I mean, but
he could have kicked that 71.
He could have.
I mean, my God.
I mean, he could have.
Jeez.
But when did it get close? Was it 20-15? It was weird scores because of the safety.
But I never felt like Washington. I mean, honestly, I felt like Dallas could score at will against that defense, and I never really felt like they were going to have an issue with Washington making a run. They just didn't have the horses yesterday. Now, if Samuel's there and Scary Terry are playing, that's a whole different ballgame, perhaps. But they weren't, and the Cowboys did what they were supposed to do. Overall, it was the best game they've played all year.
What I really, I mean, that touchdown, that one play, touchdown drive, that long pass to CD was incredible.
That was
right. And but my fear there, you scored too quick, right? I mean, to your point, I don't know if I ever felt quite as comfortable until late in the game as you did, just because my lack of confidence in the Dallas Cowboys defense and their ability to score fast. Now, when Mariota came in, but Mariota's got some wheels, and at some point, but the pick six after that, I was like, all right, man, we got
just an awful pass. It was awful.
It was, but
it was a gift for Deron Bland.
But what led to it?
The pass rush. Yes.
The pass rush forced a bad pass. It's not like he was standing back there with a clean pocket and just threw it right to Deron Bland. The pass rush forced the bad pass, which led to the turnover, which led to a touchdown. That's what the Cowboys have been lacking, pass rush. And in zone coverage, when you're far away from a dude, even if there's a bad pass, your chances of getting an interception decrease. Yesterday, they were playing a lot of man coverage, so you're within a yard of a dude, and a bad pass ends up as a pick six.
I don't know how you could tell. I think Tom Brady said they were in man coverage just about every play. I mean,
Well,
you
no,
mentioned
but
that quite a bit, which
again, it was a difference from what
it
we
was.
saw.
It was, and again, it's something that you and I sitting here knew they should try to do. Shotty got tired of hearing about it. I'm sure Jerry got tired of hearing about it. Eberflus, I don't know whether he got tired of hearing about it, but he was forced into it, I believe, by the head coach.
I agree because it was something that Jerry said after the game. And, he's complimenting Flus and then was like, yeah, Shotty's fingerprints were all over that. And Brian Schottenheimer, look, he talked a lot about the defense and about playing more man coverage.
At the end of the day, this was a team we wanted to play man-to-man against. There was numbers and analytics that said that, that was the right way to play these guys. And each week is different, but I thought we played man-to-man very well today. But, we got to improve our zone coverages as well. But just proud of the guys, man. The defense, they've taken a lot of bullets and, deservedly so in some regards. And I was just proud of them, man. They played really hard. They tackled well. We knew the turnover was going to happen. We tried to manifest that 2 weeks ago and didn't get it. And there goes Duran doing what Duran does. So
doing what Duran does. And look, they were all happy. But you see Jerry in the locker room yesterday trying to go with them. Shotty's all excited and giving everybody their props. And Jerry's right there trying to keep up.
Well, again, it was a big win. Jerry is ecstatic.
They should be excited. We were obviously every Cowboy fan should be excited how that defense played, and they really did some impressive things out there. Credit goes to head coach who spent a lot of time on that side of the ball this week, along with Flus, and making adjustment. Certainly gives us a lot of hope as we look to the future as to how this defense can play as we evolve. It looks like we came out pretty clean on injury. And, of course, I cannot say enough about Dak Prescott and his play throughout the game. It really was the confidence throughout the game that he demonstrated that make you think we were there all the time. So, big win.
That is a big win. It's a division rival. Doesn't matter. Nobody's feeling sorry for Washington. Dallas did what they were supposed to do. Prescott continues to play extremely well. He had 130 rating yesterday.
Yeah.
Which is incredible. 3 touchdowns, 21 of 30. The guy's he's playing high level football right now.
He is in such command of what they want to do. And he and Shotty, whatever they worked on in the offseason, they're on the same page. The idea of getting CD back, what he would mean, Pickens back, they ran the ball well. And again, while Washington was without their receivers and they were handcuffed offensively, but the reality is defensively, Washington coming in still a pretty damn good football team. Javonte Williams had a turd in Carolina, comes back with 116 yards against the stout Washington defense. The passing, CD goes over 100. Ferguson gets a couple of touchdowns. Pickens, 82 yards on 4 catches. I mean, just the weapons they have on offense. And mind you, the line is still without Cooper Beebe.
That's absolutely true. And when they get him back, I just want to say something. And I don't know why I have no dog in the hunt here, but somebody give Carolina Panthers some credit for being a top run defensive team. That's what happened to the Cowboys. It wasn't Javonte Williams just, being a bum that day. I mean, they have a damn good defense.
They do, but good teams figure out how to still move the ball on the ground, and they didn't run the ball well last week.
Well, it was horrible.
And if you're a good run team, you figure out how to run the ball.
Well,
right?
They couldn't figure out Carolina.
Well, they couldn't stop Carolina.
Baffled
their ass.
Baffled the Jets yesterday.
The Jets.
My goodness. Joe just loves the needle when it comes to the Cowboys. Can't let you have nice things. Carolina, yes, they're better against the run than given credit for. Dallas still should have won that game. Dallas shouldn't have been held to 16 yards on the ground. think two things can be true at the same time. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. While the Cowboys got an impressive win over the weekend, the Texas Longhorns, well, while they won, there are more questions that were left than answers. What happened up in Kentucky, and can they get it right? And does there need to be a change with the way things are structured in the coaching staff? We'll ask all those questions as we continue here on Extra Innings with Pleasure on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Dallas Cowboys fans, come on down! It's AJ and Rob from the Morning Huddle, and you could be the next contestant on
The Stat Is Right. Every week leading up to the week of the Cowboys home game, AJ and Rob toss out a Cowboys player and a stat from the upcoming home game. Passing yards, rushing yards, number of times Dak adjusts his wristband mid-play, or perhaps CeeDee Lamb mouthguard chews per quarter. Whatever, all you have to do is predict that stat, get the closest, and bam! You're headed to Jerry World with a pair of tickets to the next Cowboys home game. Think of it like The Price is Right, but instead of winning a blender, you get to scream, "How about them Cowboys?" inside AT&T Stadium. So study up, Cowboy Nation, and listen to the Morning Huddle to play. The Stat Is Right, only on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
How about them Cowboys? We rise as one in Texas, sporting handed-down silver and blue jerseys. We come together for America's team every time they take the field. So let's share a round of Jim Beam and lemonade on game day together, because people are good for you, especially for us in Cowboys country. Presented by Jim Beam, bringing fans together across Cowboys country. 40% alcohol by volume. Copyright 2024, James B. Beam Distilling Company, Claremont, Kentucky. Drink smart.
You hear that? That's the sound of your business losing money. Legacy phone systems weren't built for today's teams. Quo, formerly OpenPhone, gives your business a smarter way to stay connected. Quo lets you manage calls, texts, voicemail, and contacts all in one place, so that you can deliver a seamless customer experience from ring to... Need to take calls on the go? Quo automatically transcribes, summarizes, and highlights next steps from every call, so you never miss a detail. Need insight into what closes a sale? With Quo's AI call tags, you can instantly spot key topics like objections or pricing questions, and use those insights to level up every customer interaction. And yes, you can bring your existing number with you for free. Keep your team in sync and your customers happy with Quo. Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's quo.com/sports. QUO.com/sports.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Guys, we're in the thick of football season, and you know what that means. Underdog, the best place to get in on the action. Playing Underdog so easy. You just pick whether your favorite players are going to go higher or lower on their stats. Rushing yards, receptions, touchdowns, more. You get it right, you could win up to 5,000 times your money. This week on Underdog, I'm going back to old reliable. My good friend Dakota Prescott keeps on putting up yards. I'm going higher on that. And if we're going with Dak, we might as well pair him up. Let's do CD higher on receptions as well. Double dip with those Dallas Cowboys. Keep the profits rolling. So simple to play. Download the app today. Sign up with promo code ALAMO, ALAMO, to score $100 in bonus funds or bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code ALAMO. Underdog. Make picks. Win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
Progressive knows road trips without your pet can be tough.
Hi, this is Next Stop Dog Boarding.
Hi, it's Scott again. How's Squeaks doing? You can tell if he's stressed by his eyebrows. Oh, and his breathing should sound like this.
Scott, Squeaks is exactly the same as last time you called.
Okay, let's talk in 20 to see if anything's changed.
With Progressive, your pet is covered up to $1,000 in vet bills in case of a car accident. So next time, you can take your pet with you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Coverage for dogs and cats is included with the purchase of collision coverage and subject to policy terms.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to SASportsStar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an audience national contest across multiple markets. The 50K Pro Football Giveaway. Register and win at SASportsStar.com. Check out The Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Welcome back into Extra Innings with Pleasure right here on San Antonio Sports Star, 94.1 FM, SASportsStar.com. I am James Pleasure. Appreciate y'all riding with me. We have Monday Night Football going on right now. Lions leading the Buccaneers 7-0 in Detroit. Lions wearing some dope uniforms. I like that helmet on the all black look. It's a very, very clean look. I will say, tonight's game, Texans, Seahawks, we'll break that down coming up here in just a few minutes, but they got a chance to make a statement tonight. I'll leave it at that. But the Texas Longhorns, coming off of a statement win over Oklahoma, bleeped the bed against Kansas and were lucky to escape Lexington with a win. And as brutal as it is, I know playing in the SEC is tough and blah, 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 and yada, yada, yada. But when you haven't really looked that great all year, it's hard to come down on the media the way Michael Taft did post-game.
These questions seem a little bit negative, I'm not going to lie, guys, to the offense. And I'll say this. It's freaking hard to win in the SEC. Go ask Georgia when they won the national championship what they did against Kentucky last year when, they won the SEC championship. What they do against Kentucky last year. It's hard to win the SEC. So we freaking won. Let's put some smiles on our face. We won, and the show goes on, and we're dancing. And at the end of the day, we control our destiny. So we're going to keep on pushing, and we're going to do it with a smile on our face. And there's going to be corrections, and I trust in my guys. I trust in my coaches, and I'm freaking excited. So I want y'all to put some smiles on y'all's face.
And to be fair, that's the reaction that Michael Taft should have, because they need to embrace the wins. But this offense, especially this offensive line, has been putrid. And there's even been questions asked by the media about Sark potentially giving up his play calling.
I don't have to tell you that as a head coach, you have so much on your plate nowadays. You guys got 2 signing days, a transfer portal, NIL, early enrollees. You can go down the list, right? And some coaches have just given up the play calling duties and going into more of a CEO kind of role. Have you ever thought about taking that thing off of your plate? And if so, why not?
Because that's why I got hired. I was a really good offensive coordinator. So I believe in what we're able to do. Every year we have to continually evolve, and there's years we're going to be better on offense than we are on defense. There's going to be years we're better on defense than we are on offense, but it's like, if I was the best outside sales guy and then I had a startup company, surely I'm going to go to the sales meetings if I'm trying to sell something, right? And so if that's one of your strengths, I'm always going to tap into the strength that I have. And I think, being a play caller on offense is one of my strengths. Some may disagree. That's okay.
Some may disagree, especially this year. And I think he's a fantastic play caller. I do think that the offensive line suffers, and not going into the portal to get offensive line transfers. I get it. You build, you grow from within. You've missed badly on offensive linemen, or didn't develop properly, or whatever the issue may be. That offensive line is not playing well. And whether that's a coaching issue of you putting them in bad positions, or a talent issue of them not being able to pick up the scheme and understand where the pressures are coming from, or all of the above. But the offensive line has been garbage. And whether it's finding running lanes, blocking for Arch, and Arch is a victim of it. And you've seen how bad offensive line play can affect quarterbacks, especially young quarterbacks. Watched it last year with CJ Stroud. Speaking of the Texans, what we're going to talk about coming up next. It matters. And Arch in his first full season having to go through these struggles with that offensive line, it's been brutal to watch. And I understand that everything falls on the quarterback at some point, and yada, yada, yada. At some point, you can't put it on the quarterback because he doesn't have the time. And that's been one of the big issues as it pertains to this Texas Longhorn offense, is not being able to create running lanes for the running backs and not being able to protect Arch Manning for longer than a half a second. Like, you can shorten it, you can make them throw quicker. It doesn't matter when they're getting there unblocked off the snap. And a lot of the times that's what's happening. We saw it against Florida. We saw it rear its head again against Kentucky. And something needs to be done. And I don't know if it is changes on the offensive line, shuffling, bringing in extra protection, whatever it may be. It is on Sark to figure out an answer to the issues that have plagued this front five the way he did for the Oklahoma game. That's the only way that Texas gets right. And they're by no means out of it. Michael Tapp's right when he says everything's stolen from him. You've got number 10 Vandy, you've got number 5 Georgia, and you got number 3 A&M still on the schedule out of your 5 games remaining. You win those 3 games and go clean the rest of the way. Not only are you playing in the SEC championship likely, but you're also in the college football playoff, because no team in college sports will have those kind of wins on their resume. This is Extra Innings with Pledger. I am James Pledger right here on San Antonio Sports Star, 941 FM, SASportsStar.com. Coming up next, we're going to get you ready for tonight's game. Texans, Seahawks. How will CJ Stroud and that offense look coming off their bye week, in which the offense was clicking? Did it come at the right time, or could this be a setback for them offensively? We'll discuss coming up next here on Extra Innings with Pledger on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
1, 2, 3, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday afternoon at 3:25. The Cowboys are in Denver taking on the Broncos at Empower Field at Mile High. Pre-game at 2:30. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the Davis Law Firm, Hornitos Tequila, Connecticut, and Jim Beam.
You like that? How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Joel, don't you just love Halloween? It's okay, but I do like your troll costume. I'm not wearing a costume. Folks, if your home's AC starts making those witching sounds, or the pipes in your wall start moaning and clanging like ghosts having a party, call Quarter Moon at 651-5899, and we'll send our team of highly trained Ghostbusters. I was gonna say technicians. I ain't afraid of no clogs.
Quarter Moon Plumbing and AC, 651-5899. License number TACLA 141074E M16004.
Hi, I'm Chef Franklin Becker. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
This sandwich, it's a complete game changer. Hello, this is Mike, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Pretzel Cheddar Club is that juicy chicken with that toasty pretzel bun. That bun, it's crispy, cozy, just amazing. With the pretzel bun, the Dijon mustard, and the chicken, it makes that sweet, savory kind of combination. It's everything that you love about food rolled into one. It looks phenomenal. It tastes great. It's delicious.
Order the Pretzel Cheddar Club with Cherry Berry and Sprite for a limited time on the Chick-fil-A app. Real guests paid for their testimonial.
Progressive has great customer service, and it's easy to reach us because great and easy is the way to be. Like salads, great for you, and so easy you can put any group of veggies in a bowl and it's a salad. A full carrot with a head of cabbage, weird, but still a salad. One radish and a couple of green beans, also a salad. 14 blueberries, half an onion, and a sunchoke. Odd, yes, but an odd salad. So contact Progressive's customer service by phone, app, or online. It's great and easy, just like salad. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Stacy, are you wearing yoga pants to go shopping?
Oh, we're not going out shopping. We're staying in with JTV.
I love jewelry television. Their pearls, their lab-grown diamond jewelry.
Oh, hello. What about their Italian gold and moissanite fire?
Okay, but what about the guys on my holiday list?
Relax. JTV has gifts galore, even for men, like watches and sunglasses.
Watch JTV live and on streaming or shop JTV.com for amazing holiday deals.
Ready to shop?
Yes, but can I borrow a pair of sweats?
San Antonio's sports star.
Welcome back into Extra Innings with Pleasure right here on San Antonio Sports Star, 94.1 FM, sasportstar.com. Appreciate y'all rolling along with me tonight as we take you up till 7 o'clock. Get you ready for the second of the Monday night games coming up here in just a moment, but we'll look at what's going on right now in the NFL as well. And don't forget, there is a Game 7 in Major League Baseball going on right now, so that's going to, first pitch is going to be about 5-10 minutes, 7:08 up there in Seattle. So that's going to be very interesting. Right now, currently, the Detroit Lions in the early game still hold a 7-0 lead over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but Tampa does have the football. Currently, Jared Goff already got 164 yards in that touchdown in the first half. Amon-Ra St. Brown with 79 yards receiving already. Jahmyr Gibbs with 54. He's added 21 rushing yards to that. So Detroit's offense is clicking early in this game as it pertains to the other Monday night game coming up here in just a little bit. Well, the Seattle Seahawks and the Houston Texans, that's going to be interesting because Mike McDonald and his defensive style and what he did in Baltimore and how he affected CJ Stroud, the Texans, every time he faced them up until this year. And so you look at the carryover and correlation, and you look at the defensive line with what they're doing, adding a DeMarcus Lawrence. The Seahawks defensive line is really, really good at getting pressure. And don't forget, when you talk about that defensive line, they brought in somebody that a lot of us wanted, whether it was in Dallas, whether it was in Houston. because Byron Murphy out of Texas was a wrecking ball. And he has been a wrecking ball so far for Seattle with Mike McDonald. So they can get pressure from the inside as well as the outside. How do the Texans handle a defensive line that isn't depleted by injuries the way Baltimore was, or just not great outside of Jeffrey Simmons in Tennessee? A team that can put pressure on you. Did the offense get fixed, or was it a victim of circumstance in the level of talent you were playing against? That's going to be the real issue as it pertains to the Texans as we move forward, because that defense is Super Bowl caliber. They just need the offense to be competent. Kind of the inverse of the Dallas Cowboys. That offense is Super Bowl worthy. They just need that defense to be competent. It was this past week against the Seattle Seahawks, or against the Washington Commanders. Now, was that because of the receivers and the issues that they were having? Maybe. But to me, you look in the same thing with the Houston Texans. Now, they will have a good idea because Clint Kubiak is the offensive coordinator in Seattle. And as well as Darnold is playing and what they're doing over there, and A.J. Barner and the way that he's come on, Jackson Smith and Jigba, because of what happened with Bobby Slowick and coming from the Shanahan tree and everything that's involved with that, they do know the offense pretty well. Now, Kubiak's going to have different wrinkles, et cetera, but the scheme, the outside zone, the hard play action off of it, they will be ready for that. It's going to be very interesting to see what tonight's game, and I think it'll go a long way in deciphering whether that offense truly started getting things going with Nick Caley, or if the offensive line and their protection was just a product of the teams that they played and the talent level that was on the field those days. As Jacob Eric reminds us all, vote. Early voting started today. You've got a chance. Props A and B are on the ballot. That's not the only things that are on the ballot, so educate yourselves, but go vote as the San Antonio Spurs, the Rodeo, the Frostbank Center, everything is dependent on this moving forward. Coming up, we'll have ESPN Radio for you with, I believe it's Ian Fitzsimmons. 8:45 pregame. Texans, Seahawks, presented by Flight by Yingling, right here on San Antonio Sports Star and over on ESPN AM 1250 and 103.3 FM. If you're looking for football before that, you can find the Bucs and Lions game. Currently, the Lions leading that game 7-0, but Tampa Bay is driving. Guys, always appreciate y'all rolling through with me every night. Remember to call your loved ones, check on them. You never know how people are doing in life, and a simple, hey, how you doing can change everything for someone. Until then, we will see you tomorrow night right here on San Antonio Sports Star. Don't forget to start your day with Rob and AJ in the morning huddle tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock. And, of course, Jason and Joe will drive you home with the Blitz from 2 to 6. I will see you tomorrow night at 6. This has been Extra Innings with Pleasure on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
San Antonio Sports Star.
We love high school football and a team you can always count on. Quartermoon Plumbing, Heat, and AC. Quartermoon is here to tackle the toughest challenges, from plumbing mishaps to AC troubles, with the same dedication and passion that drives a winning touchdown. Our playbook is simple: fair prices, expert service, and a commitment to local families. Quartermoon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, your winning solution for a comfortable home. Proudly serving our community with local hospitality. From the pit house to the outhouse to the schoolhouse, call Quartermoon Plumbing, Heat,